Hi Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Aquarius for this upcoming week, which is the first week of July. Today is June 30th, 2020. This is a general love reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life, relationships or otherwise. Don't forget to be flexible with the energy. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. That means that you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So hopefully today that's you, Aquarius, and hopefully by the time you're done watching this video, you will feel like it was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form, as that is my intention. Okay, Aquarius, we're going to get started after a couple more shuffles. If you want more specific and detailed information regarding my channel and my videos, check out the description box. Carmilla's here. She's hanging out on her cage. She just took a bath in her water dish. So she is sloppy wet. I'm hoping she stays put. Enjoys her time out, but not hanging out on me. Usually when she takes a bath, she gets a little bit smelly. Birds don't use soap, just in case you were wondering about that. So she kind of gets that wet bird smell, kind of like dogs do when they're hanging out in a river or lake, whatever. They have that wet dog smell. She has a wet bird smell. And then Sylvester's here. He's hanging out in the window, enjoying the breeze. We have a nice cool day today. Okay, enough chit chat. Shall we get started, Aquarius? Let's see what's going on for Aquarius. We're going to start off with the 3 of Wands in reverse and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. The Tower in reverse. Queen of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. 5 of Cups in reverse. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, Aquarius, so I feel like something didn't transpire or something didn't go your way. Maybe something didn't go as planned, and you're trying to kind of shake it off. Maybe trying to forget about it or move on. Yes, it was disappointing, but it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to learn something new, or maybe time to delve into something different, something new, something something that you haven't tried before. We have the Queen of Swords on the table. This could be your energy or somebody that you're dealing with. The Queen of Swords is somebody who's very forthright, upfront. She can be very blunt with her communication, but she's all about facts. She's all about setting the record straight, or telling it like it is. She's not going to mince her words. She's not going to sugarcoat things. She's just going to lay it all out. You can count on her for an honest opinion. She also is not going to put up with any bull crap. I'm laughing because she's got a bull sitting next to her. Maybe that's why I said that. She doesn't deal with bull crap. She doesn't, again, she doesn't dish that out herself, and she doesn't deal with it. She's kind of got this sense that, you know what, yeah, things didn't go your way. Just freaking let it go. Move on. You know, why not try something new? Why not try something different? Maybe, Aquarius, you've been going in a certain direction for a while, and you keep hitting roadblocks, or you keep getting delayed, or you keep feeling like things aren't working out the way you had planned. And I just get the feeling like this Queen of Swords might be saying, well, just try something different, for goodness sakes. take a new direction. So let's get some more cards out here, Aquarius, and see what else we get. Six of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Hermit in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. And then we have a Three of Cups. Okay, so we have a Queen of Cups, King of Wands in reverse. So Queen of Cups is somebody who's very compassionate and loving, very intuitive individual. She has a lot to offer when it comes to relationships and connections. She puts a lot of effort forth into those connections. I feel like this is the person who is walking away from or leaving behind some kind of disappointment or something that didn't go their way. So again, Aquarius, this could represent your energy, as can this Queen of Swords. This could be the same person. Queen of Swords can also represent your higher self. What's going on in your mind's eye. So we have a King of Wands in reverse on the table. This feels like somebody different for sure. King of Wands is somebody who could potentially be in a position of power or in a position of authority. In reverse, it can indicate he's misusing his power or maybe not using it at all. He could be controlled by others or feel like he doesn't have the skill set or the mindset or the abilities or the resources, whatever the case may be, to do what he wants to do, to be effective in his position. I feel like this Queen could be dealing with this person in some way. This person could be behind whatever occurred in the past that didn't work out for this Queen. I get the feeling like maybe this Queen was looking at this King as maybe kind of a mentor or somebody that she could go to learn from, but then maybe realize that this person just didn't have it all together or wasn't able or capable to fill that position of like mentor and student. That's what I'm getting from this page energy. Maybe that's why this Queen had to walk away or leave this behind, because this King wasn't qualified or wasn't capable of fulfilling that position. Or maybe he didn't feel confident enough to be in that position of kind of mentor-student type of thing is what I'm getting for some reason from those cards. It's possible that once there was this connection, or if it could be, I mean, I'm not saying that it's over or that there is not a current connection, but I feel like there's a certain level of disappointment or feeling like, well, this isn't what I really expected or what I really wanted. I thought I was going to get more out of this. It wasn't really what I was hoping for or what I really was anticipating. So let's give this third deck one more good shuffle, and then we're going to get some more cards out here, Aquarius, and see what else we get. Ace of Swords, this time in the upright position. The Magician. Queen of Wands, clarifying the Tower in reverse. Nine of Wands. The Tower, again, this time in the upright position. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Swords again. And then we have the Devil. So, you know, I've got lots of yard work type noise. There's someone running a motor of some sort. It feels like, it sounds like it could be like a, you know, one of those trimmers. Something like that. So I hope the external noise is not making it into the house. Usually it's okay if there's something going on outside. I don't get a lot of that extra noise, but this one feels kind of loud to me. So anyway, I guess I'll have to watch the video back and see, but I apologize if it's bothering you. So here's what I'm getting now from this third set of cards. So we have a Queen of Wands on the table. I feel like this is somebody different than this Queen of Cups for sure, and I do feel like she's also the Queen of Swords. So this person has some level of clarity or has some understanding regarding the situation with this King of Wands. I feel like this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands is telling this Queen of Cups, you know, you got into the situation with a certain expectation. And now that you're involved in this situation, you realize that it wasn't what you had hoped for or wasn't what you expected. This King of Wands can't provide you what you were hoping that he could. Again, I'm getting this feeling of kind of teacher-student or mentor energy off of this King of Wands. But I feel like this Queen of Wands is saying she's trying to clear something up for this Queen of Cups, saying this isn't what you thought it was going to be. There's no point in pushing forward with this because it's not going to go anywhere for you. She seems to have the answers. She seems to be saying, you know, if you continue to push forward with this, you're just going to hit a roadblock because this isn't what you expected or anticipated. This Queen of Cups feels like she is connected in an emotional sense to this King of Wands. Or she could be emotionally connected to this Queen of Wands, or both. Could be both. This King of Wands is feeling very unsure of himself. It's like he's being approached and asked for some assistance or some help or some guidance. And he's like, well, I can't offer that to you, or I don't have what you're looking for. You're barking up the wrong tree. But I'm not sure he's the one saying this to this Queen of Cups. It feels more like it's this Queen of Wands that's saying, you know, you're not going to get what you're looking for out of this King of Wands. You need to move on because it's not what you're looking for. It's not what you think you're going again, there's the sense that there's this Queen of Cups has some kind of expected outcome with this connection with this King of Wands. And I feel like this Queen of Wands is saying it's not what you're expecting. It's not really what you're looking for. You need to move on. Now that you have this clarity, it's time to go on your merry way. But I don't know. I'm with this Devil card coming out here. It feels like there's some kind of ulterior motive to this communication from this Queen of Wands. And I can't quite tell what that might be just yet. Excuse me. So let's get some more cards out here, Aquarius, and see what else we can come up with for you. So we have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright this time. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse, clarifying this Queen of Cups. The Magician in reverse. Five of Pentacles. The Star. The Tower in reverse. Again. So both the King and the Queen of Wands have a Tower in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. And then the Six of Swords for the third time. Okay, so this Queen of Wands is trying to communicate to this Queen of Cups that she's being played, or there's some kind of manipulation here. There's this Queen of Cups and expects some kind of outcome with regard to this King of Wands, and this Queen of Wands is giving her a heads up saying this is not what you think it is. It's like she's giving her a warning. But it's not like a heartfelt warning. It's not like out of, it doesn't feel like this Queen's intention is to protect this Queen of Cups. It's more like a heads up. It's like, hey, by the way, this King of Wands is not who you think he is. You're barking up the wrong tree. Be forewarned. It's like she has experienced this before. She's speaking from past experience. That's what's going on here. She's speaking from past experience. She says this king is not who you think it is, who you think he is. I know from past experience what's going on with this person. It's like she's telling this Queen of Cups to be forewarned because what she thinks will manifest out of this interaction with this King of Wands is misguided. At least according to this Queen of Wands. She says, no, you're not understanding the situation fully. It's best you get out while the getting's good. Take yourself out of the situation. But again, I get the feeling she's giving this warning, but it's not necessarily a warning out of compassion or love for this Queen of Cups. She's just stating it matter-of-factly. This Queen of Swords is like, this is what you're looking at. Get yourself out of the situation now. This king isn't who you think it is. He isn't who you think he is. I think this Queen of Cups, it could be that this is a romantic or emotional connection with this King of Wands. This is a really interesting reading, Aquarius. I'm trying to figure out, it's interesting because the Queen and the King of Wands obviously have some kind of history. This Queen of Wands knows something about this King of Wands, but what happened between those two are not it's not necessarily clear. It's this Queen of Wands and her interpretation of who this King of Wands is. She has a very clear idea in her head about who this person is, and she's giving this Queen of Cups a heads up about it. But I can't tell what her motivation is for giving this Queen of Cups this warning. I can't tell what their relationship is. It could be that there is, it could be that there's a history with this Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, and that she's considering reconnecting with this King of Wands, but she's being warned not to. Like, she's being warned to get out while the getting's good. I keep getting that. Like, go now before it's too late. What the? Okay. You know what? Just divulge a little bit of my anxiety that I deal with on a regular basis. So, this cat has fleas, and I comb him on a daily basis, like multiple times, because the whole flea thing, I'm not used to the fleas. I used to live in a state that was very dry, and we just didn't have fleas. And now I live in a different state where there's just fleas. You just can't get rid of them. They're there. So I'm sorry, this is so not even related to your reading, Aquarius, but I have to tell you this because it's bothering me. So I haven't combed him yet today, and he's sitting in the window scratching, and every time he scratches, I have this level of anxiety that is almost overwhelming. Like, I need to comb him right here and now, because of the thought of fleas making him itch drives me nuts. So if you see me reacting in that manner, it's because I'm like, oh crap, he's scratching, and I'm in the middle of a reading, and I can't comb him right now. So anyway. Let's get back to you, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on. So let's get this last round out. See what else we can get for you, Aquarius. I'm trying to make sense of the connections between, because there's obviously 3 separate people in this reading, and it's really confusing to me. It's almost like this King of Wands is at the mercy of this Queen of Wands. Like, he has no way to defend himself against what she's saying about him. And that's why I'm so confused, because he's in shadow energy, but he's reversed, and I get that feeling like he's in a position of power, but he's unable to use it, or he's had his power taken away, or there's some kind of sense that he doesn't have control. So I'm trying to figure out the dynamics between these people, and I'm having a really hard time with that. Okay, so let's get this last round out. We have the Page of Wands in reverse, Strength in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, the Emperor in reverse. Just as I say, he doesn't have any power. There's the King of Wands. Two of Wands in reverse. 10 of Swords. And then the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this Queen of Wands feels obligated in giving this information. She feels like she needs to do it because it's the right thing to do. And she's giving this Queen of Cups a warning, saying this is not what you think it is. This is not the person you think it is. You need to get out while you can. This king is totally powerless against this queen's words. And I don't know, again, if it's because it's true or not. I think that this Queen of Wands experience with this King of Wands, I think she is relaying this information as fact because it's the experience she's had with this King of Wands. That this isn't the person that you think it is. He doesn't have to offer what you think he does. You need to go. Take your loyalty somewhere else. This isn't what you think you want. This Queen of Cups has a certain level of loyalty and an emotional connection, I think, to this King of Wands. And I think this Queen of Wands is saying, you're headed down the wrong path. Don't go there. This is not what you think it is. But she's giving this information, again, not out of a sense of, because I don't get the feeling like she's loyal to this queen or that she has an emotional attachment to this Queen of Cups. I don't feel that at all. That's why I'm confused about this connection, because it feels like this person would be giving this Queen of Cups this information because they care about them, or a family member or a close friend. I suppose that could be. But I'm not sensing an emotional connection from this Queen of Wands for either of these other two people. It's more like she is stating her truth. And she's being honest, but she's stating her truth as everybody's truth. Does that make sense? Like, you need to heed my warning because this is my experience, and my experience will be the same as your experience. And for some reason, this King of Wands, I feel, can't retaliate against this Queen of Wands. And maybe it's because her truth is her truth. It's not like she's lying. She's not lying. But she's expressing herself as she is talking as though her truth is definitive. What she believes to be true and what her experience was will be the same for everybody who gets involved with this King of Wands. And so she's warning this Queen of Cups. Again, the warning, I'm trying to figure out the motivation behind this warning. And these are the cards that are troubling me more than anything else right here. because the devil showed up. So there's something going on with this communication that's being had. There's something going on with this communication and these actions that are being taken that are not on the up and up. Again, I feel like there is this confusion because this Queen of Wands is absolutely not lying. She's representing herself as the Queen of Swords. She's telling it like it is. But she is, again, giving this information about this other person as though it's the truth for everybody who involves themselves with this King of Wands. So it's interesting because this Queen of Cups, I think she's hearing the information. I think she's considered the information. I don't think she's dismissed this Queen of Wands. I think that she recognizes that there is some kind of valid reason for her to express what she has to say, but at the same time, this is still the energy that this queen has for this King of Wands. She's still loyal, and she still has some kind of love, compassion, emotional connection to this King of Wands. She's still seeking out, again, at the beginning of the reading, I felt like this queen might be walking away from a situation where things didn't transpire as she had thought that they would. And that's possible. It's possible that this maybe has happened over a longer period of time, or maybe it's a repeated event, something that's happened before, and it could be that this queen is moving again towards this king. But I don't think that those actions have been taken, and I think it's because there's this Queen of Wands who's expressing herself and giving this Queen of Cups a warning. This King of Wands is just a sitting duck, and he has no other option but to just sit here, and he knows what's being said about him, but for some reason he has no ability to stand up for himself or to speak up for himself or debate or argue. I don't know why. I can't. Maybe he's not in contact with this Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. Maybe he knows from past experience, or just knows about this Queen of Wands and what she's likely to do, what she's likely to say. He anticipates what she probably is saying, and he can't respond again because maybe there's a disconnect there, or he just doesn't have the opportunity. It's like he's a sitting duck and he's just sitting there being talked about, but he has no recourse. He has no ability to defend what's being said, defend against what's being said. So let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for you, Aquarius, and wrap this up. I hope this reading makes sense. I hope that it's helpful to you. It feels like there's a lot of fuzziness surrounding the motivation behind this communication. To me, it feels more about communication than anything else. And I can't say that I think that any decisions have been made. This reading is mostly about this Queen of Wands communication with this Queen of Cups. So I indicated at the beginning, Aquarius, that I thought you were probably the Queen of Cups, and I still feel that's probably true. But I want to remind you, that's like 3 cards. You can be any of these characters that shows up in the reading. If the reading resonates for you, you will know who you are. including this King of Wands. And don't forget that the gender doesn't matter, so male or female, you could be any one of these characters. So let's get one card for Aquarius and wrap this up. I keep getting like 3 or 4 of them. Let's get one card for Aquarius. I'm going to take this one. The 4 of Air. What's this one? The Counselor. I'm going to take both of these. I haven't pulled the 4 of Air in a long time. I keep getting these cards in these readings. The last few ones that I've done, I keep getting these Dreams of Gaia tarot cards that I haven't pulled in a really long time. And I know the basic meaning of the cards, but again, they're so in depth, I don't like to just go off my memory. I like to read from the book. This 4 of Air would be the 4 of Swords. I know the meaning in this book is considerably different, and it's really long. So I'm going to read this first, Aquarius, and then we'll move on to the Counselor. The 4 of Air symbolizes the importance of ordering your environment and giving your day structure, especially if you have specific goals or projects you wish to perform and complete. Routines are our daily habits, the things that we do on a daily basis, given structure and order. Following our routines moves us from one part of our day to the next. Having a routine can provide us with a level of security born of consistency. By establishing order in our environment, we also add to that sense of security. When everything has its place, we can be confident that it will be there when we need it. We won't waste hours of our day looking for something that has been lost in the clutter and mess that we often surround ourselves with. A cluttered and chaotic environment can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind, a mind that is unable to follow a routine that is conducive to productivity. The 4 of Air suggests establishing order in your life by removing the clutter, establishing a pattern of regular cleaning, putting things back where they belong after use so they are there the next time you need them, keeping your paperwork in order, even making a place in your life for the unexpected and unanticipated. That way, even chaos does not have too much of an impact on your peace of mind or prevent you from doing what needs to be done. Does your routine make space for your goals and projects? When we want to make real headway, it helps us if our daily routine includes a suitable amount of time set aside to work on those things that are truly important to us. If you want to complete a project, working in an ordered and routine manner will help you progress by establishing a pattern of consistency that will result in a successful and timely completion. If you feel that you have no time, then the 4 of Air represents an opportunity to sit down and look at your routine to see if there is time to be found that is currently spent on unnecessary tasks. Making time for yourself to relax is one thing. Spending 5 hours on the internet chatting on social media or playing computer games is another. Wouldn't some of that time be better spent working to meet your goals? Alternatively, do you spend hours playing computer games or reading books instead of writing an epic fantasy adventure because it takes your attention away from doubts, insecurities, and fears that you might have regarding your aspirations and goals? If so, the 4 of Air suggests that it is time to look at why you are behaving in a way that sabotages your productivity and creativity. Patterns of behavior are often habituated when they offer a psychological or emotional reward. Most of the time, they do not become an issue of concern, but if they become habituated, they can often have the same effect on our lives as drug or alcohol addiction. They provide a pleasure response, and so we repeat them in order to get another hit. Are you seeking a pleasure hit for all the wrong reasons? Does socializing on the internet generate that pleasure hit by giving you social connection? Does playing computer games generate that pleasure hit by allowing you to escape reality for a time? Establish new productive and creative patterns, and you may get the same pleasure hit when you succeed at your objectives. This card appears in your reading to let you know that now is a perfect time to establish new patterns and habits, and to look closely at those that have already been established and decide whether they are of benefit or whether they hinder. Scrutinize your habits, both good and bad, will also increase your understanding of yourself. Sit down and write a list of how you spend your time. Look for those elements that eat into time that could be better spent elsewhere. Don't cut them out completely, because if you do so, any change to your routine is likely to become unsustainable. Instead, budget your time like you would your finances. Allocate time for wasting time, but do not do so in a manner that allows you to stick to your time budget and get things done. To be creative and productive and to reach your goals requires both a structured day and the discipline to commit to your routine. It also requires a willingness to create an environment that supports your ventures. By establishing a healthy routine that makes time for both relaxing and creating, you will create an environment that is conducive to both. By making it a positive environment, also, you increase your chances of success. Remember, if you truly want something, you will make time for it. I'm a little confused by that card. I'll be honest, Aquarius. So, I mean, it's all about, obviously, maybe setting schedules, uncluttering your life, being productive, being creative, and not wasting time. It could be that you need to unclutter your life with some of the people that are influencing you in the wrong way. It could be that you need to set some goals to start moving forward, regardless of what other people say or what feelings you have as far as roadblocks, things that are in your way. I'm going to go ahead and let you interpret that card the way you will and the way you see fit. And we're going to move on to the Counselor, which is the 12 of water, and this would be the Knight of Cups, which did not show up in your reading. So I'm going to read this one, and then we're going to wrap it up, Aquarius. The Counselor of Water represents one who stands high, an elder, advisor, or wise man or woman whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. She or he is someone who is trusted. They are a caring, compassionate person who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask a question if there is need. Once the tale is told, the counselor offers her thoughts in an objective manner. Her role is not to give instruction, but to present alternatives and insight that will help the seeker understand the thoughts and feelings that may be clouding their judgment. She is an empathetic person skilled at stepping outside of herself to look through the eyes of others. She never judges and offers only compassion and opportunity to understand the emotions at play. By asking the right questions, she helps people to come to their own conclusions about what feels right for them and how to proceed from that point. When the counselor appears in a reading, she symbolizes a need to be empathetic and objective when dealing with emotionally complex situations. If you can, look beyond the words being spoken to see the emotions behind them. If you cannot, the counselor asks that you seek out the wisdom of someone who can. There may also be a time approaching that will require you to keep your emotions in check, especially if they are confused. If you are feeling reactive or challenged, talking it through might help you to make sense of your feelings and provide you with answers. If you act without taking this step, your mixed or confused emotions may muddy the waters further. Honestly, what I'm getting is that this could be representing your energy, Aquarius, and the need for you to maybe be a little bit more objective with your communication. I think that it's important to get all perspectives. So I feel like this Queen of Wands has definitely spoken her piece. I think that you have a clear understanding of where she stands. But I'm not sure that you understand, again, the emotional connection this Queen has or the reasons behind her communication. There is something that's causing her to speak out the way she is. And I think that it might be important for you to get the other perspective, this King's perspective. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. Communication is definitely a key when it comes to these kind of situations where there's a lack of clarity. Certainly sometimes I know that there's situations where you can't communicate or you're prevented from doing so. But if that's possible, Aquarius, that's what I would recommend in this situation is having a frank and open conversation with this individual and figure out what his perspective is with regard to the situation, if that's possible. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave that here. I hope that this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.